Hare Rama. How are you all, children? Hope all of you are fit and fine. Today I am going to do the lesson of social studies of class 5, that is evolution of human beings. Children, do you enjoy learning about the past? Yeah, when you go on holidays, do you collect shells, pebbles, or any other things that will later remind you of your visit to the place? Yes. Today, in social science, I am going to teach how the evolution of human beings took place. Let us learn this, okay? In this lesson, children, you will came to know about the process of human evolution. Understand that fossils, tools, and bones provide evidence of ancient life forms. And you people also came to identify, compare, and contrast the features of the four stone ages. Evolution of human beings. I think you people have learnt it in class 3 that the invention of the wheel brought about great changes in transportation. Have you ever wondered who invented the wheel? Yeah, wheel was invented by the early humans. The people who lived on the earth thousands of years ago are called the early humans. The early humans lived in prehistoric times. It was the time when no one knew how to read or write, and therefore we do not have any written material or record on how people lived in those times. So, now your question will be there, how can we learn or how can we know the evolution of human beings? Yes, for that we have some sources that tells us about the early humans. They are the human evolution, the Stone Age, the Paleolithic Age or the Old Stone Age, the Mesolithic Age or the Middle Stone Age, the Neolithic Age or the New Stone Age, the Chalcolithic Age or the Stone Copper Age, and lastly the Bronze Age. Yes, the scientists or the archaeologists rely upon fossils, tools, and weapons left behind by the early human beings to study the past. Bones and skeletons of human beings and animals belonging to that period also gave us a good insight into their lives. We also get some information about the early human beings from their shelters and cave paintings on the walls of the caves in which they lived. Now we are moving into the Stone Age. The Stone Age is the period in history when human beings used various kinds of tools made of stones. In this period, we came to know the four stone ages, that are the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, the Neolithic, and the Chalcolithic age. In the Paleolithic age, early human beings ate fruits, roots, and they killed animals with their stone weapons. They were known as hunter gatherers because they lived by hunting animals and gathering plants and fruits to eat. Many animals will found are found in this period also. They are the wild animals only. Yeah, in this time the people or the early humans, they overcome with the problems faced during the hunting. They began to make tools from the stone. That's why it is called as the Old Stone Age. They did this by chipping away small pieces of stone from a big piece. Gradually, they learned that some stones could be chipped and made sharper more easily than others. Can you see? There are some of the pictures of the tools of made of stones. It is used by the early humans. You can see various shapes of tools there. The hunter gatherers discovered a stone called flint. It is Flint, flint. Flint stone could be easily shaped and was used to make sharp objects. They made knives, spears, arrowheads, axes, and harpoons with flint and other stones. These tools were used for hunting animals, cutting meat, fish, digging, and even sewing also. During excavations, the archaeologists have found many such tools which still remain their sharpness. Moving from this, you can see the human evolution. How earlier the human being look likes. They are look like apes, no children? Yeah, gradually thousands of years. It took thousands of years to the man to get the evolution. You can see it in this picture. Next, in this, the people who are known as hunter gatherers, they slowly did the domestication of the animals. What do you mean by domestication? Domestication means taming the animals like goat, sheep, cattle. They tamed the animals and they make them to help them in their early life. Okay, for this the cattle are used for plowing the field, the goats and the sheep are used for milk and meat. All those things they gradually took place. You know, children, India has one of the largest collection of rock paintings in the world. Yes, cave paintings or the rock paintings are also the sources of learning about the evolution of human beings or the early human. Can you see the picture? Yeah, the early humans now they started taming the animals and they started to live building the huts and they started to plow the land and they gradually move on to the agriculture also. You can see this in this picture. Yes, in this age, the early humans started keeping dogs, sheep, goats, and cattle, pigs, and poultry also. This domestication of animals have several advantages like regular supply of meat, animal skin used for covering themselves and making hut also. Cattle were used for plowing the land. The story of evolution helps us to understand that human beings evolved from the ape family. Scientists have classified into three distinct categories. They are Homo habilis, the first to make tools from stone. Second one is Homo erectus, the first to stand upright and use fire. And last, the Homo sapiens, the thinking people. Here, around 60 million years ago, the apes appeared on the earth. These apes slowly developed into human beings. This slow development of human beings from apes to the modern people is called evolution. The story of evolution helps us to understand that human beings evolve from the ape family. Human beings first appeared on this earth around 3 million years ago. Scientists believe that we, the human beings, evolved from hominids that lived on earth thousands of years ago. So, the main three categories of or the classification of the early humans are Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. Understood, children? Yes. Moving from this, we are going to the Bronze Age. Before that, we will look at the life of the hunter gatherers. The hunter gatherers' life was difficult. They led a nomadic life, moving from one place to another in search of food and water. They hunted animals and ate berries, nuts, and fruits. They wore clothes made of leaves and animal skins. What it shows? It shows that they don't live in a particular place. They are also called as nomads or wanderers. They are hunter gatherers. For some time being, they used to be in there. They will have their food or they will hunt, make the hunting of the animals. They will be there for 1 or 2 days and they will move on for the search of food for the next area or to the another area. The discovery and use of fire changed the life of people in many ways. Fire helped early humans in many ways. Fire could keep them warm. Fire protected them from wild animals. Food cooked on fire was softer and tastier also. Fire lit up the dark caves at night. So, these all things will be identified in the discovery of spark or discovery of the fire. It will be in the life of the hunter gatherers. It made them to discover fire. Can you see? These are the three categories: Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. And children, there are groups of people in the Andaman Islands who live the life of hunter gatherer even till today. Yes. Next, moving on to the Mesolithic age or the Middle Stone Age. This was the period after the Paleolithic age. The period saw the beginning of agriculture in some areas. Canoes and bows have been found at some sites, which indicate the certain degrees of advancement from the Old Stone Age. However, tools made of flint continue to be used for hunting and gathering food. After Mesolithic age, we will move on to the Neolithic age. In this period, this period of have been witnessed the beginning of a settled life. The practice of agriculture and the domestication of animals has been took place in the New Stone Age or the Neolithic age. Some of the earliest crops grown were wheat and millet. Settled life and agriculture provided the early humans with a regular supply of food. I already told you people, they have made the agriculture process slowly. They have improved the agriculture process. They use animal skin for themselves to covering their bodies and to make hut also. The settled life also led to the early human beings making huts using twigs, grass, sticks, clay, and the animal skin. Gradually, more people started living together in one area. Children, when people started to live together in one area, slowly this is how village came about. Another important development of the Neolithic age was the invention of wheel. This invention made the life of the people much easier. Now they could transport goods on wheeled carts, make pottery on the potter's wheel, and also use the wheel of spinning and weaving cloths. After the Neolithic age, we will move on to the Chalcolithic age or the Stone Copper age. In this period, gradual transition from use of stone tools to the use of metals took place. The first metal used was copper. Yes, it is also known as stone copper age, means the usage of stone reduced slowly and the usage of copper has been increased. This period is also called the stone copper age. During this period, there was a widespread of use of stone tools alongside with copper tools. Chalcolithic people were good coppersmiths and stone workers. Bangles made of copper and tools made of stone have been found in many sites. They use a different kinds of pottery known as black and red pottery. After this, the Bronze Age. Yes, in this Bronze Age, this was began when people learned to mix copper and tin to make bronze. What are the two things, children? Copper and tin. They mixed these two metals and they make bronze. Tools made of bronze were stronger than stone tools, obviously. The discovery of copper and tin had far reaching effects, some of which were discussed below. People needed to mine tin and copper. Mining has took place. This meant that some people had to shift from farming to mining. See, from agriculture to mining. This in turn meant that farmers led to produce more food. When people farming is began, there were lot of people doing the same thing, farming. When this mining took place, the rest farmers, whoever doing the agriculture process, they have to produce more food. More occupations emerged to sustain each other. For example, the potter had to create more pots for storing surplus grains also. Therefore, we see major changes during this period also. Gradually, this discovery of metals gave way to the end of the Stone Age and we moved to the Bronze Age. The summary of this lesson: the evolution of human beings had been categorized in three different sectors. First, categories are Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. These are the three main categories which the ape family of human beings were gradually came to the man like humans, like how we people are now. Then, to know the evolution of human beings, we need some of the sources, right? Without any sources, we can't judge or we can't see or we can't learn anything. For this, there are some sources. What are the sources? They are tools, shelters, and cave paintings. With these sources, scientists and archaeologists have proved or they make a note of evolution of the early humans or the human beings. How they used to know or came to know? By the stone ages. What are the main four stone ages? The Paleolithic age, the Mesolithic age, the Neolithic age, and the Chalcolithic age. So, these are all the summary of the evolution of human beings. Children, I think you people learned how the evolution of human beings took place, how the early humans lived their life in the forests or in the areas of hilly regions. You know the process of human evolution. You understand the fossils, the tools, and the bones which are provided evidences of ancient life forms also. And you can compare and contrast the features of the four stone ages. Thank you.